Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've posted as I have not been too well. So today we're making a very simple meal. I had some requests for some weeknight dinner ideas and some meals on budget. So this is something my mom used to make for us when we were growing up, and we asked her for biryani, and she came home from work and she did try her best, and she always tried to make us happy. And she made this easy weeknight dinner for us. We loved it, and basically it is chicken curry with pre-cooked rice that's mixed together, and you could add lentils or you could leave the lentils out, and you could adjust and make it user-friendly, cost-effective, however which you like. You could change the chicken to lamb. It really depends on you, but we're trying to stay on budget. So let's start cooking. So the ingredients we will be using today is sunflower cooking oil. I've got 2 medium onions sliced. I'm using jalapeno chili, but you could use any chili. And this is 1 chili which I've sliced. 3 stems of curry leaf. Then I've got some dry spices. About 4 bay leaves, 2 cinnamon sticks which I've broken in half, a teaspoon of crushed jeera, 5 cloves, and 5 ilachi pods, 1 heaped tablespoon of freshly ground ginger and garlic, 1/4 cup of tomato paste. Then I have 4 large tomatoes that I've blended in my blender, and I've got some braising spice which is optional, tumeric, some food coloring, some roasted jeera and coriander powder, mild curry powder, some salt, and then I have the chicken which I've cut. It's mixed portions of chicken that I've trimmed excess fat off. It's 1.2 kgs with a little bit of salt and pepper, some sunflower cooking oil, and some chicken spice. And I've put my potatoes in there. I'm using 3 large potatoes that I've cut up into pieces, and 1 cup of frozen McCain peas. And then I've cooked 2 cups of long grain basmati rice, and it's still warm and it's sitting aside. And this is a budget weeknight meal, very simple, very quick to prepare. So let's start cooking. So I have a large cast iron skillet with my flame on high, and I'm just going to wait for my pan to heat up a bit. Being cast iron, it does take a while, and I had so many requests for people asking for simple budget meals, easy weeknight dinner, and I call this a mom's cheat biryani because basically it's chicken and rice. And when you're about 4 or 5 years old, sometimes even 10, if you asked your mom for biryani like we did ask our mom, she'd make you this because she doesn't want to disappoint you. So it's basically chicken curry cooked with some cooked rice. So I'm going to be adding about 100 ml of sunflower cooking oil, and going to wait for this to heat up a little bit. So there's been questions on how I cook my long grain basmati rice. I basically use 2 cups of rice and 2 teaspoons of fine salt with 1 cinnamon stick. I washed this before adding the salt, and I cooked this for exactly 10 minutes with boiling water. I switched my stove off and I let it sit in the heat for 5 minutes, and I washed out all that starch water. So now I've just got it draining. So I'm going to be adding the dry spices, our bay leaf, cinnamon stick, crushed jeera, cardamom pods, and cloves. And I'm just going to let this infuse and release all its flavors. I'm going to let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on gentle heat. So I had our dry spices cooking for about 2 minutes, and I've turned my heat up back to high, and I'm going to be adding some braising spice that looks like this. And this is really optional. This is available at any spice shop, but you could also make this, and that's about a teaspoon that I've added. Just going to give this a mix, and now we're ready to add our onion, curry leaf and chilli. And I'm just gonna give this a mix, just adding a little bit of salt at this stage, just a little bit. It just does something during the braising process. Just gonna give this a mix. And let this cook until lightly brown. I'd say about 4 to 5 minutes. Our onions is now cooked. It's been cooking for 5 minutes. I'm going to add our ginger and garlic. About a 1/4 teaspoon of tumeric, quarter teaspoon of food coloring, but this is optional, 1/4 teaspoon of roasted jeera and coriander powder. And we're keeping this mild because we've got some kids eating. We've got chili in there. I'm just adding a teaspoon of mild curry powder and our tomato paste. You could use paste or puree or leave it out totally. This is really optional. We give this a good mix. I'm going to add the tomatoes, give that a mix, and let this cook for 5 minutes. So now we're ready to add the chicken and peas and potato. I'm going to pour everything in here. So I'm not going to mix or anything, I'm just going to leave this like that, and just going to add a little salt, not too much, just to taste, and I'm going to cover with the lid and let this cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, mixing every 4 to 5 minutes. So our curry is now cooked. Just adding our coriander. Don't have a lot. It's very hot and the garden is drying up everything. So now we're ready to add our rice. And just give this a quick mix. So I'm also adding a heaped really big tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to give this a mix. You could use a bigger pan, but on a weeknight nobody likes washing dishes. So guys, once mixed, this is ready to serve, and I hope you enjoyed this video today. And if you did, please remember to subscribe and share and hit the bell. So take care until our next video. Bye.